Welcome, everybody, to an Analog stream. It has been so long. Oh, my God. But I'm happy to see you because today we are doing something bigger than ourselves. Today, we are building a game in Go to kick Travis's butt for charity. Now, I don't know if you're aware, but some big things have been going on. Huge things. Let me show you. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the K Challenge. Now, Kay is a great friend on Twitter. She does a great job with coming up with great ideas and posting too much Taylor Swift content. I mean, I don't know what to do about it. I don't even listen to Taylor Swift. It's just Taylor. Thank brother Broseph. Here, move myself up like this. That's better. Does that look annoying? I mean, it looks annoying, but it looks less than annoying. I'm just kidding, Tay. Okay, I like your posts. But we had a little spat, Trav and I, the other week on Twitter. I said some things, he said some things, and what it came down to was that I said I could beat him at any programming challenge with Go. Now, if you don't know, I'm Mr. Golang on X and Mr. Zig everywhere else because I created ZVM. ZVM, good Lord, I hate Windows. ZVM is the Zig version manager. Now, Zig, if you don't know, is a low-level programming language that offers additional features to C. It's modeled after C. It involves defer. It involves basically managing your own heap, manual memory management, but it adds a lot of the modern conveniences you'd expect from a modern programming language. You can pretty much get away with not having to deal with a ton of memory if you want to deal with just arenas, right? It's very low level, so don't worry about it. We're not going to be doing low level development on this site, but Zig is a very cool low level language that's sort of meant to slip into a C, C++ code base, comes with an embedded C and C++ compiler and linker, and you can just kind of add to your projects, and over time, add a bunch of built-in features like tests. You can sanitize for memory leaks, tell you exactly where it is in your program, which, let me tell you, as a guy who likes to write a lot of C++, kind of a pain right now, and I love it. So I created about 2 years ago this program called ZVM, called the Zig Version Manager. And all you have to do is install it at github.com/Tristan/ZVM or www.zvm.app. And bada bing, bada boom, you can install any version of Zig, any of the major flavors of Zig, as well as the Zig language server, which, let me say, is pretty nice. Pretty nice. You don't get that with the package manager. You don't get that with Zig Up. So I recommend you try that out. That's who's sponsoring this stream. My own project, because I care about high-quality software, and I want you to use high-quality software. So if you're thinking about trying Zig, get that out. Regardless. So I basically told Trav I could beat him at any challenge and Go. And this is what Kay came up with. We're going to be creating, by July 29th, a maze game. We can use any project dependencies, any database, any platform to develop on, any package managers we like, but the game must have some requirements. It has to have an objective, which is like a win or loss condition, or points in the point leaderboard. It needs to have an interface. It doesn't have to be good. It can be crap, but it needs to have some kind of way to interact with it that isn't just start up, go immediately. You need paths to win, so you basically need different ways to win it. You need different alternatives. You need an actual game loop to get through. And it has to work on a mobile device, tablet, and web browser, which I personally think is going to be the hardest part of this challenge. Go is super portable. But when it comes to graphical apps and Golang, that's where the language starts to fade a little in the background. Now, thankfully, I have a solution. I found a game engine library in Go that I think Trav has no idea about. Now, let me find where is my Apple Note. Aha. Yes. It's called Oak. And you and I are going to be exploring it later tonight. Now, back to the rules. I haven't been checking the stream. Everybody left. Great. So it has to work on mobile, tablet, and web. It must have a crash error handling, and it must be able to handle multiple players simultaneously, even if it's not multiplayer. So that's going to be another big challenge. That's going to be a more game design oriented challenge built around how am I going to incorporate multiple people? I mean, I really want to do online multiplayer. I know it's going to be really hard, especially with the time frame. I don't have a lot of time to work on this. I never have enough time to work on anything. If I could get a basic server going on, that doesn't have to be good, remind you. This isn't going to be published. This isn't going to be some AAA wannabe project pitch. It just has to work. If I could somehow get multiple people playing at the same time, I think that would be an instant dub. I don't think Trav could do that. I don't think he can. To be honest, I don't think I could do that in 2 weeks. It's all for the love of the game. Now, we did have some initial rules that, I'm going to be honest, weren't a vibe between Trav and I. This ain't okay, but Trav and I, certified morons, got no AI knowledge. We don't know how to embed a vector. We don't know what RAG is. I thought she was talking about a freaking microfiber cloth. I'm like, oh, hey, I can clean my screen. Bada bing, bada boom. No, it's some kind of AI stuff. So I am fully lost in that regard. Also, I just realized my microphone was super far away. So if you have been watching, that audio is going to be kind of weird. Anyway, Trav and I decided to basically scrap those 2 sections. It was a great idea, Kay. We just decided we weren't going to be able to do it in the time. Nothing on your part. Super dope. Finally, there's going to be hidden Easter eggs, right? Text, cheat codes, whatever it's going to be. It has to have an effect on the game. And a recommendation system. So this is the part where I said I was a certified moron, and I'm trying to work it through. Up until I started this stream 6 minutes ago, I thought I had to build an actual maze game, like mouse in a cheese maze or something. But then I read at the top, this game could be any type of game. Which leaves me wondering, does it have to be a maze game? I mean, I think it's fun if I did a maze game where, like, find the end of the maze, and you can have stats, you can have power-ups, you could bust through a wall, perhaps, jump over a wall, maybe make a little, like, slime secretion so you can move faster. I mean, let's be real. I have 2 weeks to build this, and not a lot of time. But that's what tonight's about, right? It's about dreaming big. Next stream, we'll be doing a lot of the programming, but I think right now we should be learning the framework, kind of getting an idea behind it, and just sort of going over the basics of this whole game that we're building. Classification system, that's something like low on energy, hungry, 2 times speed, like they're like perks, you know, perks again, like, you know, in COD Zombies, you drink one of the Nuka-Colas or whatever they're called, and you get like double tap, like that kind of stuff. And then clustering. What the fuck is clustering? Like, are you talking like multi-threading? Like, are we clustering stuff together? I'm gonna have to talk to Kay about that. I assume she just means using multi-threading or something, like Go threads. But Go, you know what I mean. Go threads, green channels, all that kind of stuff. But I'm not gonna worry about that because we have a whole list of topics that I need to worry about well before that happens. So I guess let's jump in to the framework. Now give me a second. I gotta actually go and pull it up and everything. I'm honestly do a little promo, so I think right now what the thing we're going to do the most is just chitty chat. I'm going to hang out, and then we'll start that promo framework. Oh, dude. Freaking hard. Hey. Okay. I get this framework out, but it's called Oak. GitHub.com/oakmound/oak. That's pretty cool of a name. So let me get that up. Okay. Let's see what the hell this is. So move my little thing over here and move this over here. And we're just going to see what the hell's going on. So, Oak, a pure game engine. Let me zoom in a little bit for you guys. It never gets old that when I'm streaming, my screen, I have like a 1440p monitor as my main screen. So when I'm actually streaming and I have to zoom in for you guys to see, it's massive. This thing is like right up in my face. I feel like I'm 2 inches away from it. It's crazy. But yeah, so this is Oak. I have done very little research into Oak before this competition. I didn't want to jump in early. I didn't want to make any mistakes or anything. I wanted to give it a fair shot. And so I kind of have given myself a little bit of a hard time here because, all right, it's going. Make sure I'm doing okay. Yeah. Got to keep my browser stuff going on. There we go. Cool. But yeah, so Oak is a pure Go game engine. What they mean by pure Go is not what you traditionally mean by pure Go. If you're learning Go or want to get into Go, you're going to hear a lot of pure Go versus C Go. Now, the community's general consensus, and this is my consensus too, is that pure Go means 100% Go. There are no C bindings. There are no FFI calls. It is all Go 100%. That, when you compile your Go application, gives the Go compiler a ton of extra range to really create this fantastic multi-threaded application. It's what Go is meant to be. It's right. It's always meant to be this language built by itself on its own, separate, portable, reliable, right? And C in itself is all of those things. But when you hook into C Go, you kind of put latches on Go's portability, on Go's multi-threading, on the garbage collector that still result in a really great application, but it's more of a C-like application than a Go-like application. So, Johnny Dev, hey, welcome on, guy. Hello. My audio is fiber, right? Yes, it is. There we go. Okay. A little louder. Sorry. I haven't streamed in so long, dude. It's been like a year. And so I'm just trying to get back into it and stuff. I stopped because I was busy. I'm doing a master's degree in the background. So most nights I'm either doing schoolwork or I'm with my girlfriend or I'm buying a house. I don't know if I never said on stream, but I'm doing that. So most nights are busy. But I think now that my master's degree is wrapping up, I can start getting back into content creation, which is something I've always loved to do. I did a lot in high school. I was on our school's media team. In college, I have a journalism degree. So I spent a lot of time writing content and generating content. And now that I finally have some time on my hands, I'm excited to get back into the thing, especially with programming. I like programming content. I like making it. I think I'd be good at it. And so I want to give it a good shot. Anyway, getting back to what we talked about before. Oak is a C-Go project in that to do anything with desktop graphics in Go, you're going to need to bind to C or Objective-C. there is no way around it. Go doesn't have any native Go, 100% Go functionality for desktop graphics. You have to find a C, right? That's just part of it, right? You're doing syscall, you're doing low-level printers with the display server. It makes sense. Rust does it. C++ does it. It's just how it is. What was that noise? Waldy, hello, thank you for the follow. I gotta say, I set up Twitch's like built-in notification stuff. The sound when somebody follows me, no cap, is breaking glass. That's why I was like, what the hell was that? I'm like, someone breaking my house and my cat doing something wild? No. But that's amazing. That's fucking amazing. Oh shit. Walt Deal, dude. Ping. Your name is in black on clear. I can't see shit, brother. Oh, the glass is breaking. Ah! You boys got me dead. You guys got me dead. But anyway, so Oak is 100% Go, except for the little bits that have to bind to C and Objective-C to make displaying work. You're not going to get anything without it. And I think for the sake of a game engine, that's usually fine. Like, I wouldn't pick Go to build a game in personally. I would pick C++ or Rust. Bevy is an excellent work in progress game engine for Rust. It is just wonderful. There's a lot of great content about it on YouTube. I think Rust is a great game engine, but it's kind of a meme. I like C++. I think Godot is probably my favorite game engine to work with, but I don't really build games. So I'm coming to this kind of silly. I have no idea what I'm doing. I like to be overconfident for the sake of comedy, but I'm probably going to lose this challenge, which is fine. It's dark mode black name. Dude, I cannot see this at all. It's like an undecipherable. I love it. Johnny, I heard your broken glass. Love to see it. But anyway, so this is the game engine I've decided to build my game in. Now, I'm a little worried based upon just all the requirements for this. I'll bring those back on screen real quick. 1 second. Oh, what am I doing? Web browser. I'll do it from scratch. It's just challenge. Let me get this going up on here so you guys can see it. You're gonna have to zoom in a little bit, but you know what? I'm zoomed in, so you're zoomed in. This is the challenge, and thus we'll see. So I guess the next best thing is to get started. Let's go through the actual GitHub first, right? So luckily, we can just use regular Go modules to get through with it. It comes with a nice window management system. I don't know what Shiny is. It's what key events for from Shiny. Oh, cool. So it's a way to watch system key events. That way you can do maybe like keyboard tracking or something. We can take a look at that real quick. Oh, it's part of the actual built-in things. That's one of the things about Go, is that they have this X repository that has a lot of stuff that's made by Google, but isn't part of the standard library, like low-level stuff and like one-off stuff and all that. It's very interesting. You render images, you have a particle system, which let's see if we get to that, okay? Let's see if we get to that. Mouse handling, we're going to have some clicking, joystick support, audio support, and collision. These systems, 3, 5, and 6, are what I am most excited about when it comes to the working on mobile challenge. Now, I believe Kay is our judge, and I'm going to venture a guess and say that she has an Android phone. Now, I'm potentially thinking that maybe she can just install it on her phone, but my confidence that actually running this with this game engine on her Android phone and having pop up the window is like next to nil. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm not going to risk this. I'm not going to risk a goddamn point on that. So I need to think of a way to stream or display this content through a channel that all platforms can access. I'm almost tempted to see if I can I don't know. I want to do something. I don't know if this is possible. This is me daydreaming, but I'd love if I could start the game in headless mode and stream it through like FFmpeg into an actual recording that I could play. I don't care if there's latency. It doesn't be a good game, but I just don't know how that would even work. Like, how would I'd have to encode it into sRGB and into a video form, and that's just a lot. Like, I mean, Go's got a lot of great bindings for that stuff. Go has an excellent standard library image library, but that just seems kind of dumb. So what I'm really thinking is that we're probably going to have to do a website, a web server, with a JavaScript front end. But then that leaves me with the problem of supporting all the actual game stuff. I'm a backend developer. I write embedded systems. I'm not good at JavaScript. I'm not Travis. Travis invented like his own type system in top of type. He brought functional programming pipes into TypeScript. Blech. I think it's sloth pipe or something. I don't know. But dude is good at TypeScript. So that's my disadvantage. Johnny, dude, if you want to help, that's great. Listen, nobody said they couldn't have contributors. We can have something big by tonight. We can have something big, but I need ideas. What I need right now, guys, is your giant brains. I need ideas for taking this stuff out, right? So we can have something going on here, something kind of cool. Let's see if I can do something cool with this. Where's this writing at? Oh my God, that's what it has to be? No, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. That's way too small. I need something. Oh, dude, you know what we could do? Guess who I am? Guess who I am? I am Melky. Melky, watch out, bro. I'm coming for you and your whiteboard. It's over. No, I love Melky. He's great. Okay. So, as far as I see it, we've got some pickles to start. First of all, learning how to use Excalibur, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Can I? Okay. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's all the same, right? So, see. We need game concepts. Okay, it's not that big. I don't need that big of a stroke. I'm running with my mouse, by the way. I'm running with my wireless goddamn mouse. I got no clue how to use this program. I am not a streamer. I am just trying my best. So game con. And you know what? That's good enough. Just remember you're good enough. That's all you need to know. Yeah. Pirate software making games up. Make game design document. Off to a good start. See, you're already helping, dude. You're helping me with fair, big Chad energy. This is going to be great. Okay. Game content. So, I think what we wanted to do first, right, was, and I'm just going to type this out because I am embarrassing, is maze game. I'll make this nice and big for y'all because I know if I can read it, you guys can. And so if it hurts my eyes, it's probably a normal size for you based on how high quality fucking streaming is. So maze game, right? It has to be a maze game. That means fucking Tom and Jerry walking around, doing shit, going through the maze. We're talking crazy stuff here. We're talking right turns, left turns, down turns, entrances. And so I guess the first question that really comes to mind, right, is 2D or 3D? Now, if we're doing this in a real game engine, let's say we do this in Oak, which, remember, I don't have any experience with. We could potentially use some 3D rendering. I know a little bit of Blender, enough to be dangerous. But I just feel like with the time limit, remember, guys, this needs to be done by the 29th of July. Probably going to have to do a boring 2D game. So I think just top down, and maybe we do 3 worlds. I'm thinking something really simple. We do, where's my text thing at? I'm thinking first, tutorials. Maybe that's like 10 different stages. Because I don't think actually switching and handling the back end is going to be too tough for me. I think handling staying, that will be my strong suit. So if we could do maybe like 10 levels, we just kind of scale it up, introduce the controls, introduce maybe the first power, then we can settle down and move on to the next section, which I guess would be the meat and potatoes, right? The meat and potatoes is the section where you actually play the hard stuff, right? Maybe we introduce them to a new concept every other level. I'm thinking only 3. So 3 levels with 1 challenge, then we add something to it, then we add something to it. And then, that feels like a lot of work though. It has to be fast, right? Like this has to be something I can do quickly because I'm a freaking procrastinator. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Johnny. Front end. So I guess my question is, what is the best way to render this kind of stuff, right? Like obviously JavaScript, but do we want to do like an actual CSR? Like I'm really only okay with Cell. Most of what I'm good with is server-side rendering. Though I think it'd be funny if we did HTMX. I mean, dude, the meme to usurp Trav as CEO by another CEO, that's despicable. That's my Nixon era. So we could potentially do something like that. I just thought, wouldn't it be so funny if we had the world's crappiest frame rate? What if the gimmick of the game is, oh my God, this is actually an idea. What if the gimmick of the game is you speed up the frame rate, ignore that terrible thing, by collecting items. I don't know. Like, you start off, and it's just bad. You hold right down, it'll say something too, so people know it's a gimmick, right? But like, you hold it down, and everything kind of just like slowly, gradually contrasts to like the red. And then, bam, you move, and you're at this next spot. And maybe the gimmick is that you only have a limited set of moves, so that when you're holding down, you have to time it. So the maze can be simple, right? It doesn't have to be anything crazy. The maze can be something easy peasy lemon squeezy like this, right? Little maze, you enter in through here. Ignore how bad of a drawer I am. I'm not an artist and make programs. But you enter in, bada bing, bada boom. Ignore it. Ignore the actual content. This is not going to be a level. This is just me being dumb. And let's say that the final good point, the good boy points, are right here. So you enter in as a little blue guy, and you've only maybe got 5 moves to solve it. I feel like that's a pretty good par. I mean, this wouldn't be how I'd actually design a level. I would want it to be always that you were given enough moves, but less moves than you'd first expect at first glance. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How do I erase in this? How do I erase? Can I do like this? How do I erase? Oh, can I just delete it? Oh, cool, cache. We'll just say that for the sake of argument, it's always been 6. And you guys didn't see anything different about that. It's always been 6. Did I say 6? That's crazy, dog. I meant 7. God, that's so crazy. Right, so it takes you 7 times to get in. And since you had this terrible frame rate, you maybe only really see once every, like, 3,000 milliseconds. So you have to hold down long enough that you can time it, you can get down there, and maybe like even when you're looking at it, it's got like an obstruction. So as the time goes on, it gets harder to view. And so the more pickups you get, the more you get stuff. So the more like time you have. So back on my gamer moment, let's get back on to 8 over here. Okay. Limited frame rate. Limited par. Collectibles increase frame rate. Oh my god. Reduce. What would you call that? Ah. I see. Okay, sorry. I just saw you said Johnny. Yeah, that's a good point. You can have it all done but I feel like the joy of it is to have everything done as most thing go, right? Because like it's a judged contest, and so I think having go be the forefront, making it all as much go as possible while also keeping kind of stupid, is my best chance to win. Because yeah, I can build a real 3D game, but what do I know about game development? I build web surfers. But this seems like something I could actually do. It seems stupid enough that it's funny, and I think it would really show Trav that he ain't got none on this. But I'll keep that in mind, because honestly, render frequency, reduce or increase, like that. Render frequency, reduce, fade, opacity. I don't want to do opacity though, because I feel like I don't want people to think that it's harder. See, I want to make it darker. Like fill, reduce fill rate, and maybe then we can even have like really bad obstacles. I'm thinking of the word. Ooh, trap. I'm talking in golf terms. I play disc golf, so my brain thinks like in golf terms when it comes to this kind of stuff. But like traps, water, fire, and they could be so bad. They can literally just be CSS squares with background color red and blue. Like they don't have to look good. Can you imagine? Oh, dude. Oh my god. Oh, damn. But then they'd have to worry about gravity. But no, maybe, I don't know. Traps, question mark. Penalties. And then, oh my god. Okay, and then, wait. Cheat codes to negate these. That solves that requirement, right? Because right now we have the whole requirement of having like codes, right? Cheat codes, that kind of Easter eggs that help you change your ability to give you power-ups. Well, if we add that bullshit in, and it can just be a square. We can do CSS Grid for this. We can literally use CSS Grid, render from the server, and then that way it's super easy to track with a matrix. And then, ads. We can add it in with CSS Grid, and then track the coordinates with a matrix on the backend server. Use HTMX to fetch it, and we can just generate the timeout for that using HateOS and the backend, depending on where they are and how long it's been going on. And then use like cheat codes or something to negate those penalties. Maybe other players could have their moves be turned into ghosts. Like, you know how in racing games is always ghosts you have to race against for a better time to get ahead? What if timing is the leaderboard? Time is leaderboard. That could work. Hello, Johnny. Welcome back. Oh, geez. This is Intensamundo. 1 second. Texting the lady. All right. I don't know. This just seems kind of cool, right? So let's move a little bit over to the side here. I need to make sure I can save this later, because if I lose this, I'm going to be... Oops. And I can just download it? That's cool. Okay. Let's move over here, and let's get our stack ready, right? Let's do this right. Oh, I want to be black. Stack. Okay. I should be left leaning. Shoot. See, this is good for game tiles. Client server manages the whole state. CSS for transformations. Is that something I could do? Can I make it so like when I return state back from like HTMX, I could maybe have a transition effect from where one of the objects was to the other? I don't know if that's possible. But the real question is, do I care? Because then if I have the map, when I load in and I base it off like a Euro parameter or something, it doesn't really matter. I'll know exactly what level the player is on when they join. Then that could be the only actual element in the CSS grid that's refreshing. I don't know. No, that wouldn't work because it sounds like it would be a pain in the ass. I feel like it would be easier if I just re-rendered the entire map. I'm not sure. You can't be slow as dominance, crazy usually you read out house. See, that's the point. I don't care if it's slow. I wasn't even going to use Canvas. I was just going to use an actual CSS grid and move actual elements around the page. That's how janky I'm thinking right now. I'm just literally thinking of the most janky possible solution I could ever come up with for this. Oh, but that's a good point. I mean, I could do a svelte front end, and I say that only because svelte is the only JS front end framework that I know well enough that I feel I can knock it out this quick to load a game in. And then I could use just a JSON token for authentication. Bundle that together. Right, and then use to a client to manage state, which I know is a bad idea. I want to be managing state. I want to be managing it, just manipulating it. And then it would be sent back. I know it's going to have penalties, but we talked about having penalties be a feature, right? Like time penalties. Like the delay is kind of worth it, right? I was going to have it be you hold the key down and then like 3 seconds later, you get your next frame back and you'd be like, oh shit. And as you progress, you kind of get better at it. Like, I don't know, like a strobe effect. Seriously, like a strobe effect. Like it could be in black and white, and then the lights go out, and you don't know where you are, but then I don't know. I don't use a lot of WebSockets, so I'm worried that if I did use WebSockets, I get lost in the sauce. I mean, I use WebSockets with Node. I think Node has better API documentation for WebSockets, so that's what I mostly build my WebSocket apps in. I haven't built a ton of WebSockets in Go, but we can figure that out. Yeah, let's see. Go WebSockets. Oh, Gorilla. Duh. Gorilla. Oh, I love that. Let's see a client and server example. That's what we're looking for, boys. Go to server go or click client go. So I want to see what the client is, right? Big. Wait. Scheme. Ticker. Okay. Select done, return it. Blah, 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 blah. There it is. Interrupt. Oh, it's just a message. Well, duh. But okay. TypeScript. Well, definitely TypeScript. That's for sure. I ain't doing no JavaScript for this. That sounds like a nightmare to me. Oh, no way. Okay, so I send this. Let's load. Boom. Tap it there. Click open. Put socket return false. Socket. Okay. Put it open. Close. Box. Oh, I could. Okay, so I could do that then. I could just. Hey. Okay. It's not bad. So I just have a polling rate where like I have an actual quote unquote frame rate. I'm not using it correctly, but I just send an update on the player's position every millisecond, and that or every 100 milliseconds, right? Because like we act fast, but our eyes can't really see anything faster than 100 milliseconds. So I could do this 100 milliseconds. Then I have that save, send back. So I mean, it's only going to be like, I don't think anybody's going to play this more than once. Seriously. So the JS doc, but we're a little time. 30 milliseconds. Okay, I can do 30 milliseconds. So let's put that back there. I want to see something. So, Go Fiber WebSockets. This is the actual application framework I mostly use. Well, not, but it's a web server. It's not an actual framework. But I use this for most of my WebSockets because I find it's a lot easier. It's fast. It's faster than the standard libraries. It's got a lot of good middleware. It reminds me of Express, so whenever I do have to switch back to JavaScript, it's just easier to keep everything live in my mind. Oh, that's fantastic. I mean, I could always use Gorilla with the standard library server if I can't figure out how to do it in Fiber, but I'm pretty sure I can do it in Fiber with maybe like maximum like 30 minutes of reading through it. It's not hard. Go's easy. I know Go. But okay, so maybe that's the way. WebSockets. The round trip time might be interesting though, from send event to new rendered game state. Maybe, but how much time is it going to take really? I mean, I can't imagine the connection for a server that has like no real stress on it would be that big. Millisecond, 2 milliseconds, especially if they're close. Like, yeah, if you're far away, if you're in California or the Philippines or something, that could be a problem. That could be a problem. Because I'm not going to host this like in a bunch of places. I'm not going to spread this around. I could do that with Fly or with another great serverless provider, but part of me just doesn't want to do that. I mean, the people who are going to be playing this are going to be people who live in like Michigan and East Coast, so I could probably just host it in Ohio or Virginia. It'd be fine. And then if it's being self-hosted by somebody else, I'll just make it open source. I don't really care that much about it, so other people can host it, and that could be their problem. That's the thing. It works on my machine. Simple as. Guys, we figured it out. Yeah, but for real though, I don't think, like I said, Germany, yeah, you have a bit of a problem. But that's the fine-tuning part. But with WebSocket, it should be okay. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Like, remember, we can have timing be part of the game mechanic. I know when I built a TOTP code application for my company, and I think the first issue we had was the lag from just sending it to the client, having the client render and display it, and then fetch another one was, I don't know, nothing crazy, like 200 milliseconds. It was a CSR that relied on the server in the background. I could have made it sleeker, but I just wanted the animations quickly. And so we had to basically keep track of every request and every response with the token and the time it was sent and delivered, and then normalize that on the client to make up for it. So if you got it back and you had let's say, for example, you have a 30-second frame rate, a 30 millisecond frame rate, and you had a 2 millisecond delay, it would actually fetch again in 28 milliseconds instead of the full 30, which worked fine. Just give the people that Docker it. True, I could Dockerize this. That would work, and then everybody could play it. I'd have to figure out how to publish a Docker container. I'd only use it for development myself, but that would be another fun challenge. I actually changed my mind, by the way, about Docker. I know, so last year on YouTube, I made a video where I basically should not chat on Docker. And I think I made a lot of good points in it. Some people got really mad at me, which is funny as hell because I'm the least serious person online ever. But I have changed my mind about one thing. Docker is a saint for local development. When you've got just... okay. Docker push tag. Okay, I can do that then. Because I'm in the registry and everything, so that wouldn't be hard. Okay. I'll have it working. And Go's really easy to Dockerize. I mean, Go is just an easy language to deploy. I don't think there's an easier language to ship than Go. That's why I use it for all my projects. That's why I use it for ZVM. People are always like, why don't you use it? Why don't you use the rest? I'm like, because I want to be able to build software and not have to worry about shipping it. Like, if you're not shipping an app, like a web app, right, where you can use Docker, nobody's going to install your local embedded app as a Docker image and run it that way. Like, people will, but most people won't. Most people don't know how to use Docker. Most people want just a very simple, basic CLI they can drop in their path and go. And so for that specific case, yeah, pre-made Go Docker. See, I can run Docker init, and it'll probably figure out exactly what I need. Because this isn't a complicated Go app, right? Like, it's just simple. I just need to run main.go, and I'll have the server built into there, and with a bunch of it won't actually be a hard to distribute app. But I've been working on some projects that were pretty complicated to set up locally. Like, they were built for Mac OS, and so I'm on Windows with WSL as my backend for my main development PC. And if I don't have Docker, I don't have that ability to bullshit my way into pretending I was on Mac OS and never able to develop for it. And I think in that specific case, Docker is great for local development. I also think it's great for when you want just a clean dependency tree. You want to control exactly what you want to add to your executable. If you're doing C++ and you one of the most annoying things with C++ when I'm developing it, I want to distribute something, is that on Debian, my version of libcurl is on the path as libcurl.so.4. But if I ship to OpenSUSE, for example, it's just libcurl.so. And it's hard to guarantee if people have that on their systems or what the actual path will be, which is a pain. I could use package config, but it doesn't really work for me in that situation because my system is the weird one. And so when you have Docker, you can use Alpine and just really control what kind of paths you're getting when you do inevitably have shared linking to system libraries, because it just makes it a little bit, like more standardized. So that's another great use of Docker. But shooting those two and actually distributing your apps, like web apps, I think people who use Docker for everything are a bit over dramatic. It's a great tool, but I think just doing regular local development is fine for still, I'd say maybe 99% of projects. If you have a big team and you're onboarding people, or you got a really complex monorepo or something, use Docker. I don't think it's people using Docker. Docker is a great tool, but people who are religious about it are a little funny to me. That's all I have to say. Okay. So we have our stack. We have our stack, but we're not going to use HTMX. Sorry, Carson. You've been grossed out of the equation. No, I really like HTMX. It is actually super awesome. I've been using it at work. Every time I just need a little bit of reactivity, but I don't want to, figure out how to do it myself, or I don't want to write it all myself, because most of the time you can write it yourself. It's very simple at the end of the day. But I can run a wget, get this less than 2 megabytes minified JavaScript file, and get all that functionality in just HTML attributes, and that's so nice. So I do think HTMX is great, but not for this purpose. CSS script for game tiles. This is another one I'm kind of curious about. I don't know if this is a good idea. So let's say we figure out the WebSockets, the refresh rate, all that stuff, easy peasy. We have the backend done. That's not what I'm worried about. Oh, use it for meme points? That's true. We could use it for meme points. Dude, good idea. How do I erase on a Scalator? I'm going to see if I can do this fancily. Yes. Bring it in for the meme. Now that I can get behind. Meme points. Okay. Meme points. That's bonus points. If I can get in, if I can humiliate Trav on the meme field, even if I lose this challenge, just to know that I did HTMX better than him, that would be fucking funny. I like that, Johnny. Okay. So anyway, let's just say though, for the sake, HTMX is going to probably be, well, let's say for the sake of it, it's going to be cut out. CSS script for game tiles. How do we want to actually build these mazes? We're fortunate enough that it's more than likely always going to be a square, which is why I initially thought grid would be a good idea, because we can just put it in a little container in the middle of the page, maybe something with a fixed width and height, because honestly, it can't be bothered. Probably not, though. I'll probably make it responsive like I do everything, because I'm a good little developer. And then maybe I don't know. This is where my front-end knowledge kind of starts to fail me. I don't really know how to build collision into this. You said before, what was it when you said before? What was it called? What was that game engine you sent me? That was a good idea. Because the more I write this phaser, okay, the more I write this, the less I want to actually do any work. So oh, this is cute. Oh, this is cute. I like this already. And this is fine too, because then I don't know. Part of me is struck by, will I get negative? Will I get bad points? Will I lose points Dom canvas phaser. Dom canvas phaser. Okay. The borders help. So, but no, my question isn't how to render phaser. I get that. My question is, how do I get it? How do I handle state back from phaser? Is that something you think I'll be able to learn just by playing with phaser? It'll be like, hey, by the way, this is how you can send a hook. You can have it send a hook every time a move event happens. I'm sure I can have an event. I mean, it's JavaScript, right? So I can have an event for that. And then every event I can send the player state, the level state, and keep that in sync. And then I have no idea how to validate this, dude. I have no idea how to validate player movements from the client on the server at all. I mean, yeah, JS error left event. So maybe, I mean, do I need to validate anything on the server? Like, remember, this isn't a real game. Nobody's competing. Nobody's getting hurt. So maybe the server can really just be for state and initial rendering, and then, yeah. Well, treasure for access movement. Could be. Maybe I can build some kind of like just difference calculator to see, oh, what in this time, this is how far it's different at this move speed. Is this a realistic way? If it's too far out, then obviously it's an invalid movement, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what kind of error and how I handle it. That's pretty easy to do. Will the judges be even able to cheat, though? Will it matter? Is it a feature that is worth adding? Drop my pen. Is it a feature worth adding if nobody abuses it on the judging team? Because we're not getting graded on quality here. I don't know. But, well, theoretically, you'd have to simulate the entire game on the back and make it cheat proof. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right? Like, because, like, obviously, I have all the actual numbers for where the player is, right? And where all the pieces are, because I have to know if he's standing on something with collision. I have to know if he's colliding with something. And then basically check. So I have to write the game twice. I have to write the game in this game engine, and then again I have to write the game with Go to handle the background. I don't know if that's necessary. I don't know if we need anti-cheat. I don't think we do. Pardon me. Because I get how it works. It's just that, remember, 29th, right? I don't have a lot of time. I'm only going to really I have tonight, but I'm probably not going to write much code tonight. This is the idea night. I have Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Not even. Next week I have probably Monday, Tuesday night, and Friday night. And then late Wednesday night, and possibly morning on, possibly evening on Sunday. But that'd probably be like after 9 or 10, depending on like family stuff. So I don't have a ton of time. Yeah, okay. So yeah, John, you're technically John, that makes sense. Oh, please keep that black. I hate blue ink unless I'm doing annotations. Yeah. So this is low priority. We'll do this priority 3. Priority. I could have typed that. This one can be a 3 as well. That's more of an idea. Manage the whole state. This is just ideas. Yeah, so yeah, I think you're right. So then I think what the server would be really good at is then like the multiplayer aspect of this game. what kind of multiplayer should we have? Because that's a requirement, right? We need to have some kind of multiplayer thought up. I had the Ghost idea from before, but now I don't know if that's going to be reasonable with this game engine. Because let's say, for example, I think Phaser because you think Phaser, and I trust you, and I think it's a good idea. I'm going to give it a shot. I'm not committing to it, but I trust your thing. Well, okay. Wait. That's a good point. Let me see it again. Challenge. Put that in photos, please. Yes. Game must have ability to handle multiple players simultaneously, even if it's not multiple. Oh! Like, multiple people can be playing in their own version of the game. Oh! I would like to do interaction. I think that'd be cool. I don't think I'm going to have some kind of, like, player versus player, or even people, like, simultaneously playing in the same level. That seems a little bit beyond the scope of my time, but I'd like to have some kind of effect. Maybe ghosts. These ghosts could be a good idea then, because then you would be able to play, but you would be able to see that other people play. You could race against them. You could have the leaderboard. I think a leaderboard especially would be really cool because then, because then you would just, I don't know, you'd just be able to have something to compete against. It's no fun if you're competing against yourself. I mean, it is. Don't get me wrong. Who am I competing against? It's very fun to compete against yourself, but I think competing with others, real people, is more fun. And I don't think Trav would have that either, so that would be cool. So maybe we just do most leaderboard. That is, come on, I tried that. I think that's a good idea. That one gets a green underline for me. That's a good idea. I'm making so much money off this stream. All 20 cents. Shit. So let's get Phaser started, right? Oh, you do it on NPM too? Oh, brother. Phaser editor. Oh, shoot. Oh, he has bun support? Oh, I love bun. Oh, that's so cool. Okay. I'll move this over a little bit. That's not going to help at all because I'm blocking it. But that's fine. That's fine. Also, sorry for being like way overexposed. This is an HDR screen, and for whatever reason, it never renders correctly when I'm recording on it. It could be SDR one time, regardless of what checkboxes I have, HDR another time, whole thing. So I think, and nothing happened from when you got cut off on ads. Let's be clear. I'm just chilling around. But I think Phaser is a good idea. So sure. Okay. Now, if I could get this to work somehow, that'd be great. So how do I do this? So I'm gonna do this on my own. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I'm gonna figure out how to put this together. Is there any way that I can get, it's really annoying. The fact that I can't get Windows Terminal to get recorded by OBS without it being a complete mess. That's annoying. I'll tell you that. That's annoying. So here, main screen. What the hell? Oh, you're on it. Oh, I forgot about this. That's cool. I forgot about this. Yo, I totally forgot about this. Where was I? I've been doing this so weirdly. You could have been talking to me the entire time. I gotta go on Stream Parrot. I gotta figure out how to confirm this. How do I make this better? You know what? I know how to make it better. Oh, what's that? Making it possible to read. There we go. Just kidding. I'll put you up here. I put this down here and make this as big as I can because it's not like it's going to matter in a second anyway. It doesn't really matter because I'm about to switch to another view. So I give this a second. This is the behind the scenes bit that won't be in any videos or visible to anybody else because I don't know what I'm doing, which is fine because when do I ever, right? Got that there. It's there. Okay. And then, yeah, I'm glad I didn't actually put that. What am I doing? Lock in. Lock in, Adalock. Come on. Okay, anyway. Stream pair, that's not going to work. Oh, there we go. How readable is that? How is that actually even visible? There it is. I should put that on my talking head thing. Yeah, do that. Ooh. I am learning so much right now about basic streaming. Can you tell I'm rusty? I can tell I'm rusty. I don't know if you can. Oh, Christ. Yeah, I have so much to learn if I'm going to be streaming this. I want to stream all of these development sessions. Not all of them, because I don't think it's fun to watch people code. I think it's kind of a lot of waiting for somebody to figure something out. It's a lot of hey, you know. But I'll definitely code a bit, and I'll definitely walk you guys through on stream everything that I've been thinking of and everything I want to do for this. Depends on how mission tiles, and I think Phaser has something called tireless specifically for this. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out because they have editors, right? But I don't know if I might just download this then. Because they have tiles. They have a prefab system. Ooh. Built-in JS. Oh. Behaviors, constant updates, color matrices. Pricing. Oh, that's fine. I thought I was gonna see that the library had pricing. Yeah, that's fine. If they want to charge for their editor, I get it. I'm all for paying for software. I'm not gonna pay for this because I don't have money. Money's on the line. I don't build games, but if you're building games, buy this. I might use. Let me see something. Now Phaser is like Chino 5. Okay, and then I'm gonna put the thing here. I'll make this big so you guys can see yourselves. How cool would that be? You know what? Good enough for me, am I right? This is the part of streamers that you don't ever see. The part where you realize they have no idea what the hell is going on. Okay, that's there. I'll make it big again. Make it up big again. All right, boys. Okay. Yeah, that's right. The back into the engine. So I'd rather have a visual editor for the game development because if we're doing assets and any of that stuff, I think it's going to be harder to build it in code. Now, I say that without actually having tried Phaser. I'm going to give Phaser a solid shot after the stream because I want to see how easy it is to work with encode. I generally prefer working with encode than visual tools, so I might eat my words and come back and be like, oh, well, hey, yada yeet, yada ute. But I know Godot. I've watched Godot videos. I built basic examples in Godot. What version of Godot 4.2? Godot 4's HTML5 export currently cannot run on macOS and iOS due to upstream bugs with shared array buffer and WebGL2.0. That kind of screws me because Trav's got a Mac and I'm pretty sure it's going to be tested on iOS. So, okay, well, that's fine. Wait a second. Wait. Let's go back to Oak. Wait a second. Oak. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm putting your chat away. It's fun, but I don't think you need to see yourself on the screen. I think you know what you look like already. Just saying. So let's see. Oh, wait, what? Oh, it's just doing that. And I have to play that locally. Is there any way I can export this on the web? Soon. Do you think I get extra points if I wrote the front end in C++ and the back end in Go? Because I'm just thinking, right? Why not Raylib? Who doesn't like Raylib? And I watch. Can I play on there? How do I play on there? I know I can play on the line. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. I'm here in the century of our Lord, and I play. Brother, I'm playing a game. Oh shit. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. Oh god, this is hard. Oh, I almost did it. Okay. Oh. Oh, come on. One more time, sorry. Oh, one more time. Oh my god. I don't think Kay is a C++ stan. I'm be 100 with you. I don't think she's written C++ code. And that's not a dig on her. I just don't think she does C++ development. I don't think anybody's a C++ stan. I think I am the only C++ stan on all of tech Twitter. Because I literally today was tweeted by Ginger Bill. If you don't know who Ginger Bill is, he is the developer of the Odin programming language. And I responded to a tweet of his about bitsets in the bitset library header in C++23 because I thought it was pretty well done for a C++ header. You can't be too sure. They add a lot of crazy shit to the language. And he was like, I haven't even seen it. I can guarantee it's not good. Which I thought was so funny. Oh my God. That's funny. Relive. How about, oh, I don't need that. Working with the web. Relive C coding via WebAssembly to run on the web. Perfect. Compilation process is very similar to the one used for desktop apps in GCC compile, but requires a tool chain. Ian Scripton SDK. That's fine. I like Ian Scripton. I can mess with Ian Scripton. I've never used it, but that's fine. Who needs it? Let me zoom in for you guys a little bit, since I know if I can read it, you guys can't. Solid installation instructions from Ian Scripton. Platform-specific notes and install any requisites. I'm not reading that. Core Ian Scripton SDK drivers, Python script. Pretty easy. Install latest, activate latest. Okay, so it's almost like a Python virtual environment. So latest. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to be developing on Windows or Mac. I'm developing on Linux. That is cool. I like that. I have Python. I have that. I love this. This is how I like development. It's just one folder that's in your project repository, and if you want to uninstall it, delete it. You don't have to do anything else. That's how all programs should be. Everything should be self-contained in its own folder, or I guess in folders following specifications. But yeah. Platform.io.dev. Platform.io. Let's check that one out. Woo! Wait, this isn't the right one, is it? Is it? Are you trying to upsell me on a white label media training system? Because I'm sold already. Oh. I feel like this is what my eyes are going to be like when I'm like in my 90s. Yeah, there you go, baby. I can read that now. True potential of embedded software development with Platform.io's collaborative ecosystem, embracing declarative principles, test-driven methodologies, and modern tool chains for arrival at success. 40 platform, 20 frameworks, 15,000 boards, and 13,000 libraries. That's pretty cool. Is this for like actual embedded development? We're talking like low-level stuff dealing with like Arduinos and Pis and actual boards? That's pretty cool. I love when it integrates VS Code. I still think VS Code is the best editor. I like NeoVim. Tej, you've done great work, but I prefer just to have the full experience when I'm actually developing my local machine. Though I will say, I love NeoVim when I'm SSHing to a server. I always install it if I can, and I always just add the basic functionalities like number lines, line highlighting, auto indent, that kind of stuff. But it's nice to have. And then if I'm feeling fancy, I'll install LunarVim and a bunch of LSPs, and then it'll shut down my server because my server wasn't built to actually run a development environment. That's fine. Oh, that's cool. Don't tell my buddy Kira that I said written in pure Python was cool. He'll never recover. He's such a Python like addict. Do would defend Python if it killed his mom. I'm just saying. He loves Python. Oh, I like this. Honestly, dude, I don't know how much of this would apply to what I like to do in my day-to-day. Because it's mostly web development and then stuff I built with like Go. But then again, I have C and I have C++, I have Rust. This is cool. Or yes, ESP2 Arduino, not Pi though, because Pi has OS. Yeah, Pi's got OS. And Pi uses his own thing, I think. But Arduino IDE got better recently, is now actually usable. I heard it was bad before. I did hear that. This is cool though. What kind of stuff do you develop? What kind of stuff are you building locally? Building for embedded systems. Unit testing. Good. Oh, I also need to ask. Just smart home stuff. Oh, I like that. I haven't dabbled in any smart home stuff, but I'm buying the house and I want to get into it so I can start, finally learning that field. What kind of stuff have you been working on? Also, have you heard of TinyGo, the embedded Go framework? TinyGo. Go on embedded systems or something. Once again, Go can do everything except make desktop apps. I'm sorry, I'm just getting distracted by stuff right now. Here, dude, that's funny. Shrimp tiny. I don't know anything about this world. I know like surface level stuff. I think that's fantastic though that I could write Go and have a working Flash because I wasn't going to learn Python for it. I write Python when I have a gun to my back, and I like C++, but I trust Go to be powerful enough for like all these applications. Because what are you really running? I don't know. You tell me. I'm a fucking idiot, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Go is for rendering. That's how I go from embedded systems, as one does. Radio repeater. Ooh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I won't tell anybody you were messing with radio. I won't tell the FCC. Oh, you're in Germany, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm part of your own regulatory body and everything. Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna definitely save this. Okay, but yeah, dude, I think that sorry, I don't know how that happened. I have no idea how that happened. But honestly, though, I think that we've done a really good job in just kind of coming up with an idea here. So let's write it all down. Let's clear it all up, right? So, oh my God, come here. Final. And okay, I will have to say though, this is a very nice tool. I appreciate Melky showing it to me. This is cool. I mean, I saw it on the stream. He didn't actually show it to me, but I feel like he showed it to me because he always talks about it. Final. So Go, WebSockets, for backend, sync, player, stats, possibly C++ for a web front end to render game. How to send WebSocket requests from Raylib to Go backend. This is going to be tougher than I thought. What? Future me is going to hate me, yeah. But it has quite a few CPU instructions, less like missing interrupts, so maybe it's not that for full Go chain, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Tiny Go, I don't know if it's built for anything more than like small boards and stuff, nothing crazy. I don't know if it even can compile to different like platforms. I think maybe it's just x86 based, but I generally don't know. That's the thing about it. It's based on Go, it can compile Go. And you know how portable Go is, you can compile that for literally anything. I think you can compile Go for pretty much every platform any reasonable person would experience in their career. So it's hard to tell. But maybe that's another idea. Maybe I have a stream where I learn how to actually do embedded development, like actual, but not embedded like I say, where it just means it's living on somebody's device. Because I think there has to be a different term for that. Because whenever I say embedded, I generally do think of what you're doing, where it's lower level, like actual device stuff, hardware based, that kind of stuff, versus what I do. But I like to learn. I love to learn as much about any kind of programming as possible. So I'm not saying no to anything. Yeah. And then let's do some doodling because I want to do that too. So, okay. Bit flipping. I'm sure that's going to be a fucking pain. I believe that. Oh God, you deal with bit flips a lot. Like, is that something that like happens a lot in that low level? I know it. I think with like cosmic bit flips. I'm talking about like maybe we're talking about different things, but I figured that was. I heard that was common enough to happen a few times in a year, but not like everyday common. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's cool though. So okay. Well, it's not the radioactive flipping. Okay, not that. So I'm thinking of different kinds of bit flips. Also, this stream today is sponsored by water. And your name here. Listen, I'm brandable, baby. Send me something, and I'll stick it on my water bottle. Also, I know we've been having a lot of fun tonight, but the whole point of this challenge, I want to clarify, is that the loser has to donate to the charity of their choice. And I chose the Water Project for this. I think maybe people was expecting more of a coding-based charity, but I think it's incredibly important that people around the world have access to clean water. It comes before, I think, any other need, just having your basic survival needs met. And they have a track record of doing really impactful work. So I've already donated $100 to the charity, regardless if I win or lose. I will be donating another $100 if I do lose, because I think at the end of the day, it's bigger than all of us, and it's important that we give to those who have less. But it's going to taste really good when I watch Trav donate money. I don't know what his charity is yet. I don't think he's picked, but so far we've already raised a couple of donations, my donation, and then Drew's donation on X, if I can find it real quick. It was a few days ago, but he also donated to the Water Project. And the fact that we've already been able to inspire a couple people to donate and support kids and adults who need fresh drinking water, I mean, that's what this is all about. Even if I do lose, I am just happy that people are getting what they need, and that we've already been able to actually incentivize a couple donations. And that's incredible for, I think, a streamer who on average is one stream a year for 2 or 3 streams. So 2 or 3 viewers. So yeah, that's my interjection. But let's get that Trav money for charity. Hell yeah. Let's get that shit down. I can't wait to watch Trav squirm. And he might wear his fursuit if I win. You can ask board solo dev about that. But okay, but since the level stuff is usually single purpose, it's more or less about switching on GPO on sometimes a few more. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, especially if you're dealing with those small systems, you wouldn't want to deal with a ton of like memory, and you're dealing with like individual pins too. So I get it. Um, I can't wait to learn more about this low level stuff. I think the most I've ever done was probably wire up a breadboard to turn on some lights and do some like basic processing, but I haven't done anything beyond that. Oh, and I did build a little home radio station years ago with my cousin in Python, but I didn't broadcast FCC. I have committed no crimes. I am unculpable. It was for educational purposes. Gotcha. That's about it. Well, it's crazy. It. So I guess is what I'm going to work on next. I guess next stream, which will probably be in the beginning of the week, we'll actually get into coding and figuring this out. Over the weekend, I'm going to read more into Raylib, more into scripting, and more into actually building a front end in C++, if that's what the way we're going to go. And I might come back on Monday and be like, Johnny, I got railroaded by Raylib. Turns out not the thing. We got to go back to brainstorming, but I hope not. I'm going to come back with a solution on Monday. That is my goal, because remember, time constraint. It's all about getting that bread. And I'm pretty sure Trav has also written no code. He was writing TypeScript at his stream. I didn't watch it. I was busy, but I don't know what he's done so far. I'll come back and we can do maybe even a little recap. Maybe, you know what would be a good idea? Do you think he'd shoot me if I went and I watched his stream right now? Wait. Oh my God. Wait, that'd be funny as fuck. I could be one of those. I could be a reaction streamer. Oh my God, that'd be funny. But wait, he's doing okay. But let's just look at this real quick. Guy is doing what? He is. Can I get him here? Let's get his volume up. I wanna actually get this going. I'm gonna turn my desktop up too.
Running trampolines and shit.
I have to be louder than Trav. He can't be louder than me. That would be illegal. God. See, we here. My headphones have been dead this entire stream. I was wondering I wasn't hearing anything. My headphones have been 100% dead. That's hilarious. There. Yeah, he's doing leak code on stream, on his Gopher in game brainstorming stream. I don't think he's done anything with the game, so I'm pretty sure that we're in the clear. He's got like the leak code daily question here. Yeah, let's scrabble forward a little bit. Okay, what's this? Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Turn the fan off.
So they
Oh, what's Trav gonna donate then? I don't even know how much he makes. He's like a high-end engineer.
yeah, the book familiar. So the thing that they did yeah, yeah, in dog
For the distractions we are, yeah.
lives. See, I think that it's me, like the thing is one is with the other riders. I think it's a great element
I can see that.
in with the thing, but that's that.
Okay.
He was well, my sport, I can the stuff about less about that. There's a man of it.
The crash and error handling I thought was a little bit like, okay, yeah, fine. I mean, was he gonna do panic at every issue? I don't think that was gonna happen. I thought using Go would be more of a challenge. I mean, that was the whole point of it. Like I would think facetious. I think it would actually take me up on the challenge. But since we're using Go, I think I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. He's giving me really confident vibes right now. He's coming at it like he's doing me a favor by using Go, which I mean, listen, if it was in TypeScript, I'd be doing him a favor. He would destroy me. But I don't feel like he and I always are in the same like shades of the tree. I do a lot of like C++. I don't think he does a lot of C++. I know he doesn't do a lot of C++ because he's told me he hasn't done a lot of C++ on a previous stream. If he did Zig, I mean, that could be anybody's game. Zig is kind of hard to write right now with where it is in the its development, so that would be a challenge too. Then TypeScript. I mean, I told you about TypeScript, so I don't know. He's faking. He is faking. Johnny, you're 100% right. Trav, I'm calling you out. Vote of no confidence. He is quaking. Look at this man's face. Look at this man's face. Wrong direction. What? Oh, it's doing the thing. Okay. Look at this guy's face. This is the face of somebody who is terrified right now. This guy is scared. He's scared because I don't think he writes a lot of Go code. I don't think he's a Go guy. I don't think he's a gopher. I know he's a little crab. He forked Rust. People who write Go don't fork Rust. Got me there. Got him there, I should say.
Yep, it's on. Isn't that?
You can see Bad Cop over here. Oh, and Go. Never mind, just make the game in Postgres. He uses the whole thing as a seagull. She'll donate $200.
Nice. Instead of so then
Well, I think using C++ in the front end is pretty innovative. I don't think he's thinking along those lines.
I was trying to
I don't think he's doing anything along those lines.
get the stuff when writing.
Yeah, no. Good pitch K, but it's not going to work for Trav and I and our time thing. We don't know what we're doing with that stuff.
And then with it. Yeah.
All right. He's always talking to chat. I want to skip ahead to see.
Isn't it?
Oh, okay.
It's like, yeah. That thing, single, that, the country to me, but
Yeah.
italic. Use this.
I like it. I like how he Googled like top Go game engines. I was just like, Go game engine, first result. That's the one I'm using. Oh my! Maybe how you back up to derail him. Oh, she would love that. Oh. I don't know. I have to think about this. I was reading. Okay, I'm reading this book called How to Solve Your Own Murder. It's his murder mystery. I finished it last night. Really good. I recommend you get it. And there's this line that was like about chess, and it was like, you can go in without a plan, but you're gonna lose. You'll probably lose. And I think in this situation, that is just a good idea. We have our plan for actually building the game, right? We need that front end UI. We have the game concepts. We have some of the challenges thought up, but how can we get the community to put Trav in the dirt? I mean, isn't that the whole point of it all? To make Trav not savvy? Sorry, I'm trying to make this a little bit less. That didn't work at all. Try to make it look a little bit less gross. Yeah, yeah, that didn't work. I might blending mode normal. There we go. Okay, whatever.
No, not you. Doing that, replace when it's bias. Language. It's maybe, but
He's talking about OCaml. He's gonna do OCaml. He's been tweeting about it all week.
how can it's
Okay. I'm talking about types. Is he doing like functional programming and TypeScript? I don't care about that. That's crazy. I mean, it's awesome. That's amazing. But I'm not looking to learn functional typing right now. I like OOP. I think OOP's fun. I think OOP is productive. I think it's a great way to manage memory, and I think it's a great way to build programs. I mean, functional is great too. I have nothing against it. And you use all the paradigms. Use all the paradigms while you're developing anyway. Nobody's actually just sticking to one unless you have a language that's really hard about it. Even then, pretty much all the languages have procedural, OOP, and functional built in different ways. So it just really depends on what your personal preference is, and I guess like limitations of the project. But realistically, I mean, I don't feel the compulsion to learn it right now. Blah 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 blah. Okay, it's doing this thing. So we've seen it all. We have an idea about what he's actually going to implement here, and I think that's going to be a little fun. Oh, what do you mean functional NTS ties in well with WebSockets? What do you mean by that?
we're in a meme campaign about Trav. I haven't done anything, which implies someone else wrote his game. Maybe we can imply that Bad Cop wrote his game. I haven't seen him write any code for it. Listen, I mean, I haven't either, but I was on Excalibur. That counts for something. I haven't even seen him come up with a single idea to outline his game. So we'll see what he does after he watches this. If he watches this, if he doesn't, that's his downfall. I'm gonna watch all of his streams. I want to know everything he's doing because I'm going in for the meme and the dream. I'm so excited for this. This is gonna be so much fun. Just a little media circus, and that makes me so freaking excited. Oh, let's go to adventure. Yeah, but like, I mean, yeah, but like that's fine. That's fine. Like, I'm gonna use functional too. I'm gonna be using procedural and functional stuff. I'm not gonna be writing classes for WebSockets. I wouldn't do that. It's like I said earlier, it's just about your preferences. I think functional is pretty good. I do admit though. I agree, Johnny. Functional is a very good paradigm for it. That's what you're doing in JavaScript when you do those anonymous functions. You pass them in for like parameters and for actually build them onto objects. You build those weird weird interface. I don't know how to describe it. I mean, they're procedures, but they're just weird interface object hybrids. You know what I'm talking about. That's what everybody uses. But yeah, RxJS. What the hell is RxJS? Oh. So, is he reactive? Oh, I see.
No.
I see. You don't see, though.
Man.
It's so hard to see on this screen. Dude, is it better on this screen? Is it any more visible? No, it isn't. I don't know why it's so bright. I don't know why it's so hard to see anything on my screen. I'll have to figure that out one of these days. But like, essentially, looking at it, oh, God. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's actually a pretty good way to use functional to make it simpler and more clear what you're doing when waiting for events. That's pretty smart. I don't think it's going to matter in the end, though. It's functional place. Well, the guy wrote his own pipe library for TypeScript. The guy likes functional. He's into functional programming. And I think whatever he does, he's probably going to do something like functional based. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what paradigm you use. It doesn't really matter how you write the language, write the program, but what you write the program in. I think it's just going to be getting the front end working is going to be my challenge. And I think for him, potentially back end state might be. But I'm at a disadvantage there too. I don't know my opponent that well. I know he makes music. I know he works as an engineer for Universal Music Group. But I'm pretty sure he does more JavaScript stuff. Like, that's mostly what it is. It's just JavaScript, TypeScript stuff. And so I'm thinking that he might falter breaking out of that ecosystem, kind of how integrated it is across client and server, and dealing with this. But that's me speculating. Guy is smart, obviously. He can pick up on this quickly. Yeah. And we don't have the time for that. A great point. Yeah, we're doing this with what I know how. That's why we're doing it with C++ and Raylib.
Please.
I mean, hey, if I lose, I lose, but I hope I don't. I don't know. I don't know. I'm good at the memes, but we'll see. So you might know backend stuff, yeah. But then where does the Go come in? Because Go is a requirement. We have to use Go for something.
And that's what it just was.
I don't feel like, yeah, I don't. He probably would. Yeah, he do no backend and JavaScript. That's what I'm saying. Like he probably has an idea for backend, and I'm sure he's familiar with WebSockets. I'm sure he's familiar with SSR and just the full scale of backend development. But I'm hoping that he gets slowed down by Go, which isn't a great bet because Go is really easy to learn. And I'm hoping that, yeah, no, Johnny, good point. I see what you're saying, and I totally agree with that. He probably has more back. It's safe to assume he's more back-end experience than we think, and I don't think there's any harm in just assuming he's a back-end genius. If he isn't, that'd be great, but better safe than sorry. 100%. Okay, well, I think for the stream tonight, it was pretty good, guys. I think that we came up with a really good idea. We found some good inspiration for how we're actually going to put this together. And we have an idea for the game. We have mechanics. We have challenges. We've covered all the bases of the challenge. I don't think it really matters too much. Since there's no way, it's not possible to write this whole game in Go. It just isn't possible. Because it has to work on all the platforms. So I think Web's fine. So I think as long as we use the right, as long as we include Go as a major part, that should be fine. I don't think my worry is that will like disqualify me, but I don't think it will. I don't think Trav is going to use just Go either. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, you're right. Never say impossible. How? I don't know. I mean, he never responds to my DMs either. I send him the funniest shit. By funniest shit, I mean I send him the stupidest shit, and he just leaves me unread every time. So I probably won't hear anything from him except for in like public tweets. Oh, web client's fine. Oh, cool. Glad that you saw that. Okay. I think that we're probably good to wrap up for tonight. Johnny, thank you so much for hopping on and watching. Thank you everybody for coming into the stream and seeing what we've done here. This has been an awesome experience. And I can't wait to keep streaming with you guys the next week, and then hopefully keep it up for weeks to come. I got plenty of project ideas. I got plenty of fun things I want to work on. I think I just have to figure out kind of how to structure my stream to be a little bit more sensible, get more familiar with OBS, get more familiar with what I've built so far, and get familiar with developing on stream. Because if I have to develop with my screen 400 times zoomed in, I'm never getting anything done. So that's part of the challenge. But I definitely think that even if we're just going to be talking and going through all this stuff and thinking it over, we should be in a good place. We had a discussion about how you could just make a static Go file server and make the entire game in JS according to the rules. Gotcha. Oh, I gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah. Thank you again. Also, thanks for running interface and pulling stuff I had missed on Twitter. That is super helpful. Dude, I am so glad I have you on my team. Hell yeah. Have a great night, man. Peace.